Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Spectators. I'm Mama Tater.
I'm Big Tater.
Today we're going to be talking about the trades that have happened in the past week in the NBA. Before we get into it though, don't forget, support the channel. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Also, check us out on Patreon. We love to have you as a supporting member. So son, tell us about some of the trades that have happened.
Well, Klay Thompson is now a Dallas Maverick. He's no longer with the Golden State Warriors.
All right, so as I predicted, Clay was going to be leaving the Golden State Warriors. Now, I don't know what the reasoning behind that trade. I don't know if he was just ready to move on. I don't know if it was a matter of them not wanting to pay him or if it was just bad blood between him and management, or maybe bad blood between him and some of his teammates. I'm not really sure, but I know one thing for sure. Klay Thompson has been one of the foundational players, in this recent history of Golden State as they won those four championships. He was a vital part of that. And I do think that Golden State is going to miss him. I know the fans are going to miss him, but I think the team is going to miss him because not only is he an exceptional player, but he was a solid contributor to Golden State. Now Dallas, y'all were like geniuses because you need scoring, the kind of scoring that Klay Thompson can provide, right? So kudos to Dallas. What are your
Uh,
thoughts on it?
ain't no telling what the situation was between him and the team. Yes, he's gonna be missed. He's gonna be forever a Warrior in the fans of the war, in the hearts of the Warriors fans, and he's gonna be a Bay. He's a Bay legend area. I
I
mean, a Bay Area legend.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I do hope that before Clay's career is over, that Golden State finds a way to bring him back,
I hope so
even
too.
if it's just a ceremonial
I
gesture,
hope so too.
because he deserves that.
Yeah.
Um, I'll be honest with you. Before I got rid of Clay Thompson, I'd got rid of Draymond Green. But I can understand that Clay wasn't totally Clay last season because of the injury, and maybe he just felt like he was rushed back too soon and not given the time that he really needed to recuperate. Um, but I do see him being a solid contributor when he gets to Dallas.
Hmm.
Dallas, y'all need to welcome this brother with open arms because he can help you in your quest to win a championship. It will definitely take some of the pressure off Kyrie and
Luca.
Luca, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, yeah, they needed that third level of scoring, and
Hmm.
he can definitely provide it.
Also, shoot, the Lakers was talking to Clay too. They had offered Clay more money and more years, but Clay turned them down and chose Dallas because he thought that Dallas had a better chance of winning the championship.
I would tend to agree with him. I would tend to agree with him on that. I don't think Dallas was it was out of it wouldn't have, put it this way, if Luca wasn't hurt, I think Dallas would have had a better chance of winning. I'm not saying that they would have beat Boston because they still would have been short a little bit of scoring,
Hmm.
you know. But I think Luca being hurt played a big part in why they lost,
Hmm.
and also they needed that extra scoring. Now I will say that a big part was that Kyrie just didn't show up the way he needed to. But okay, now they're gonna have three people that you got to watch all three of them as opposed to just them shutting down just them two, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So who's next?
Paul George went to Philly on a 4-year, $212 million deal.
Yay, Philly! That's my team, y'all. Yeah, from New Orleans, but me and the Pelicans ain't quite right yet. But um, I would say to the Clippers, maybe y'all in a rebuilding mode or something, or maybe y'all got some screws loose over there. I don't know what the thinking was. Maybe you're trying to put a different roster around, Kawhi. I don't know what y'all thinking was, but Paul George, you go into a space now where if everybody can stay healthy, y'all are real contenders. Real contenders. They got to work out the chemistry.
Mhm.
Uh, because Maxey is a scorer. Paul George is a scorer. We know Embiid when he's healthy, he can produce. But I can see why they would want a Paul George because Tobias Harris just did not produce what they needed from him in the playoffs, and maybe they see Paul George as more in the starting role and Tobias more in the supporting role. I don't know how they're gonna work all that out, but y'all are getting a good player. Y'all need to utilize his skill set to help y'all. What you think?
Yeah, that's definitely a big pickup for Philly. The main thing is how they're gonna be able to work out the chemistry and the touches between him, Maxi, and Embiid. That remains to be seen. And the number one thing is, can they stay healthy? Can Joel Embiid stay healthy for the most part for a whole season? Can he stay healthy?
Yeah, because that has been the thing that's plagued them over and over again in their quest to win a ring. And I know it bothers Embiid, because when he's on that court, he's grown and he's really putting forth the effort now. And to be putting forth the effort and not reaping the benefits or not reaping the championship, I know is weighing heavy on him.
Mhm.
Um, but adding Paul George can definitely help them as they move toward that goal. All right, who's next?
CP3 is now a San Antonio Spur. The main reason he's there for is to help Wimby, but not just Wimby, but all them players though, but more so Wimby though. He's gonna give Wimby the help that he needs, and also teach him how to be more of a professional and give him guidance and really maximize his potential.
Well, I would say this: Wimby may have been new to the NBA, but Wimby ain't new to basketball, right?
No,
Right. So, um, but I do believe, like you said, that he can benefit from the guidance that Chris Paul could provide. But I think more in my mind, more than Wimby, I think he's there to help some of the other younger players so that they can be solid contributors to the offense, so they can learn how to interface with Wimby, and so that he can continue to be the scoring threat that he is, but not have to bear so much of the load. How can they work together better, um, and grow, in their capabilities?
yeah,
And Chris Paul can definitely help them get there. Because I mean,
yeah,
let's face it, that brother, that's Hall of Fame point guard in anybody's book.
yeah,
And he has the veteran skills and knowledge that those young players need.
yeah,
Uh, like you said, Wimby, but definitely those other young players that are working with Wimby.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who we got?
Denver suffered a big loss by losing out on. By losing KCP. KCP is now with the Orlando Magic. Um, yeah, that's a big loss for Denver though, but I'm pretty sure they'll be all right. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I can say that Denver has a deep roster, and I could see, uh, like you said, that they'll be all right, but um, that's still a big loss.
Yeah,
You know, Now I will say this: I can understand some of the thought process because he wasn't as productive as I thought he would have been in the playoffs. But like um, San Antonio, he is going to Orlando to be that veteran voice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To kind of guide those young players as they grow, because
Mm-hmm.
they've shown that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And his guidance could be the thing that helps them to move, deeper into the playoffs,
Yeah.
right? So I understand the move. Um, I kind of understand Denver, but I'm wanting to say, if I had to pick who got the shorter end of the stick, is
Mm-hmm.
Denver, because they're gonna miss him.
Yeah.
You know. All
Yeah.
right. Anybody else?
Well, enough with the trades. Let's get into some other things that happen in the NBA as well, though. So, Jason Tatum has now got the biggest and richest contract in NBA history as he signs off on a 5-year extension with the Celtics worth $314 million.
Yes, indeed. That's a contract and a half. But let me just say, I can understand Boston treating him well. That young man has been a force on the Celtics for quite some time, and he deserves to be paid for the player and the skill set that he brings to that team, right?
Yes.
uh, an awesome young player. Um, and as long as it looks like to me that they've made the moves to kind of keep that core intact with him, Jalen Brown, White, and now Porzingis. So it looks like they're really trying to um, keep that core group together and make sure that everybody's happy on that side. As far as the finances go. But one thing I would say is that when you are being paid that kind of money, the thought process is this is not just a one and done as far as the championships go, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're paying you this kind of money because we expect more
Yeah,
championships, right?
multiple championships.
Right. So I can kind of see that Boston is thinking we're paying all this money to this core group of guys, and we want to be the next Golden State, right? That we
Mm-hmm.
want to be the ones who are being
Mm-hmm.
thought of now as the dynasty. Not that Boston isn't already a dynasty, because I mean, let's face it, they have their share of championships, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they have more championships than anybody else, right?
Yeah,
Over the life of the franchise, right?
yeah,
Yeah. But they're expecting that, this rebirth of a dynasty with this group of guys, right?
yeah.
So as you're always saying, it remains to be seen, because repeating is not an easy thing to do.
No,
We know that. But I think somewhere in management land, in Celtic management land, somebody's thinking we're gonna get multiple rings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, his deal includes a player option and a trade kicker as well.
Hmm.
They also sold up Derek White to a 4-year extension worth 126. His deal also includes a player option.
Right, right. Well, like I said, they're doing what they
Mm-hmm.
have to do to satisfy these guys, to make sure that they feel financially, comfortable, so that they can focus on what winning rings, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the more y'all go out there and win rings, the more money we bring in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, for the most part, they sealed up most of their starting five. They took care of Jalen Brown a year ago. They just took care of Tatum and White. They also sold up Porzingis and Drew Holiday.
mm,
So most of their starting five is going to be sealed up for next season and the other season.
the person I feel bad for, who my heart hurts for in all of this, Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was a major contributor to the Celtics for many years, and that young man played with so much energy and so much passion. He loved Boston. I mean, he would come out there with green hair. and the year after he gets traded, they win a championship. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts, but I think his time will come eventually. I think his time will come. Yeah, I think he'll get his.
You think
Um,
so?
yeah, I think he'll get his. I mean, shoot though, he's over there with Memphis now.
Memphis now, yeah, I know, but Memphis has got to find that chemistry again.
Hmm.
With y'all coming back,
And not just that though, but think about it. They also got they drafted Edie.
right? But like I said, it's going. They got to get the chemistry right, right?
Hmm.
And I know that he can be a major contributor over there in Memphis for sure,
Hmm.
because the young man can ball, right?
Yeah.
And he plays with so much heart. But it's just got the feels. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, he's got to be feeling some type of way uh, to see Boston win a ring without him there.
Well, every player feels that way, Mama. Once they leave their old team, and finally their old team breaks through and wins a championship.
Yeah,
So every player feels like that.
yeah,
I know one thing. It might hurt him, but also it motivates him
yeah,
as well. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a big chip on his shoulder.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I guess that's just the mama in me. You don't I, you don't want to see your babies hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today and checking out our commentary on the NBA trades. Please continue to support us and drop in and see what we're talking about. And if there's something you want to talk about, let us know, because
Yeah, let
that's
us
why we
know.
do this. Yeah, that's why we do this, because we want to have interaction with our audience, and we want to, you know, dive into the things that y'all want to hear about. So, again, thanks for stopping by. Take care, everybody.